So I've been given a task to introduce Scott Treat, who's Chartered Accountant at Pitcher Partners, and he's going to share with you some of his experiences of being a mentee. Welcome, Scott.
Thank you.
The guy just didn't have a magic touch. I don't know how I can follow that. That's a difficult act to follow. Great words which are the bells up. I'm done. There's some great advice which has been imparted upon all of you this evening. And reflecting, I wish back in the day I had the benefit of having some of that information so that I could have, I guess, progressed further with my mentoring relationships and what have you. But we have suffered the same fate. I come from a family of chartered accountants as well. My father, my brother, my aunt. But that being said, I think that's actually benefited me over the years, predominantly from the perspective of having a network available to me that I could reach out to at the outset. So a bit about me from the early old days. How did I punish myself by becoming an accountant? I started about 16 years ago in chartered accounting. Started at the earlier firm of Pro Horwath, which was Williams, Hatchman and Keane back in the day. A young trainee back then. Moved my way through Grant Thornton, Ernst & Young, back to Grant Thornton again, and off to Pitcher Partners, where I've been for about 6 weeks. And Jonathan kindly came up to me on day 2 and said, "Hey Scott, great opportunity for you. Why don't you come talk to the ICAA?" And here I am tonight. Early in my career, if I look at the earlier days, when I was a trainee and at that time, I actually reached out and had 2 mentors at that stage. And I really benefited from having those mentors there, external from the team that I was in. I've come from the chartered accounting profession. I'm a partner in a chartered accounting firm. I've always been in a chartered accounting firm. And I think sometimes one of the downfalls of chartered accounting firms, I'll be honest with you, is we can be inward focused a lot of the time. We can often just look at our teams, and some of our guys will say, well, just go to your supervisor and use your supervisor as your mentor. Sometimes you get crowded in your own team and you can't necessarily deal with those issues which you'd otherwise want to deal with because you might have frustrations with those people above you, or you're looking at how you can really demonstrate your abilities and what have you. So being able to talk to someone outside of your group is a benefit in the first instance. So having someone in the firm who might understand the issues of the firm, but yet outside of the team, so that you're not being restricted by the issues that you can otherwise talk about, and someone who's trusted by you within the firm. That was the first mentor that I had when I was a junior. I also looked for someone outside of the firm to try and understand the industry more. Someone who could impart upon me knowledge and experiences outside of that of the organisation of which I was working in. And I too found that beneficial so I could get a broader understanding of where I was going, what I was actually punishing myself by in terms of being an accountant. So that I actually found very valuable. Some of the information that's been shared tonight, absolutely the structure of the meeting, all that type of stuff, being focused on that is fantastic, and that's really where you benefit from having those meetings.